Hi everyone, welcome back to J Journeys. Today I have a special guest on the channel and the podcast in the form of Lisa Åkesson, which I'm so grateful for, Lisa. Thank you for being here and taking the time, and it's so nice to see you in person as well. We haven't seen each other before, but at one part I'm like, we kind of know each other a bit anyway. So you're an Ayurvedic guru, I want to say. You're like a chef, you're a health advisor, counselor, have more than 600 hours of certifications within Ayurveda. You've been on the yogic path for many years as well. You're a certified yoga teacher in Hawaii, I saw, which was kind of a tropical place to get your certification. So that sounds really nice. And yeah, today you run retreats, you do workshops, events, cooking classes. You're a coach, integrative transformational coach. So there are a lot of different tracks here, which I'm very curious to explore a bit with you today. And you also do these Panchakarma retreats in India, and I'm so fascinated about Panchakarma. I haven't tried it myself, but I just know how this must be so potent and healing for people. So yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here today and pick your brain a bit on everything Ayurveda and the inner journey that you've been on. And yeah, leading up to what you're doing today, you're about to start studying psychology and becoming a certified psychologist, which is quite a life milestone, I guess, or a big new chapter that you're embarking on. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts and how come that's coming about as well. But yeah, enough from me. Please introduce yourself and how come you're doing what you're doing today.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I realized we have a lot in common actually, and I've listened to a few of the podcasts as well that you've done before, and there's a lot of overlap with travel, the yoga journey, the art as well, and yeah, so a lot of common denominators, and yeah, really excited to be here. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, where to begin? I think, well, my spiritual journey or my yoga journey, let's say, started probably when I was living in Hamburg about 20 years ago, 2010, 11.
Wow, so it's like 15 years ago.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So I was living in Hamburg, working as a model. And I came to the yoga from a physical perspective, like a lot of people do.
As you do.
Yes. I was running my whole life. I used to train in orienteering runs. So running was always a part, and it still is. It's one of my biggest practices still. And I came in from wanting to stretch, right? Wanting to lose weight, working as a model. And so I started with Bikram yoga and then ended up at my gym in a random yoga class, and we did headstands and more like yoga, more traditional hatha yoga. And I was mind blown. And yeah, I've heard of it, but I didn't understand what it was at all. So yeah, I got really curious. And then shortly after, I moved to London and was living in Shoreditch on a busy street. I wasn't feeling that good. It was quite an intense lifestyle. And
was it modeling that made
modeling? Yeah, and the yoga really kept my head over the water, like it was over the surface. It was really a lifesaver to be able to go somewhere and tune in. And I remember having one of the hatha teachers at the gym. I didn't like her classes because it was so slow, right? I was so used to moving so fast and always hustling and being on the go, and always also like as a model, you kind of have to be on the whole time. It's like you're at the first day at work every day, right? So it's a lot of pleasing everyone and being this happy, cheerful person. And so to go to yoga kind of became this place where I could just be, where I could just feel my body and tune in. And I think for many years I used it to cope with life and didn't actually use it to make the changes that I needed to do in my life. But it was just a way to keep me going. And I think it's quite common actually.
Definitely.
Like when we transition from a more stressful lifestyle into something that is maybe more sustainable.
Yeah.
And around the same time, I moved back to Sweden for a bit and studied dietetics. So
you were already kind of getting into the nutritional.
Yes, and someone told me about Ayurveda, and the studies were great, but it was not my path. And then someone told me about Ayurveda, and I started working with an Ayurvedic practitioner who lived in Hawaii. And so I did consultations with her online. And it was like night and day. Like from one consult, she just gave me the exactly right 3-4 practices, like very simple, basic things, just like having breakfast every day. Things that I was just not able to do because I was
on the go.
And like you get all these like health advice that you shouldn't have breakfast early in the morning because you lose more weight if you. I was doing all of these weird things. So just little simple practices that were very sustainable changed me completely. And I got so curious about Ayurveda. So I really had this homecoming, this feeling like, wow, like this is sustainable. This is not just another diet, because at that point I had tried it all. Because there was still,
feels like models have that journey.
I come from a very grounded family, very healthy, stable family, and I'm so grateful for them. But so there was always this understanding of that I need to stay healthy in this a little bit insane world. So I was still looking for ways to stay skinny and to do my job, but stay healthy. So Ayurveda felt like it was just a way to really integrate the things I already knew about health and nutrition, but to make it something attainable that I could continue doing. It was not a quick fix. It was not something I did for 2 months and then fell off the wagon. Like, Ayurveda is something that is so integrated in my life today that I sometimes don't even realize I'm doing it. And it's sometimes hard for me to talk about it and go back to those basic things because it's so, I'm like, doesn't everyone do this? Or this is so, it's also so basic and simple in many ways that it's almost hard to explain because we know it intuitively. So I started working with her, and then I ended up doing my yoga teacher training with her in Hawaii.
So that's how you got connected.
So that was one of those, I think sometimes we have to make decisions, right? And sometimes we just do things, right? It's not even a choice. It's just like, I'm going to do this. And I just signed up for the yoga teacher.
Why.
No, it just happened. So went to Hawaii, and the yoga teacher training had Ayurveda integrated in it.
Amazing.
So we cooked, I had Ayurvedic food, and there was some classes on it as well. And to live like that, to be in an environment where you have those like balanced meals every day, get up early, live with the rhythm of nature, you're outside a lot. I mean, that was life-changing, and it really made me, I had not been in the same place for 5 weeks I can't remember how many years. I was just traveling all the time. Sometimes I took 6 flights a week. It was just like Berlin, London, Zurich, Austria, Hamburg, back to Stockholm. It was just mad. So that was really life-chinging to stop, and a lot of old patterns came up, and I realized that my relationship to food was quite tricky. Because when we let go of the control over the food, when someone else is cooking and you can't snack, you couldn't bring any food there. I was just ate what they served us. It became apparent that I had some eating disorders. That was
which I think a lot of people have in this day and age,
unfortunately,
without even maybe realizing it.
So it was a blessing to be able to unpack that and to heal that. And then a year later, I went back, and then I did my chef training in the same place, and ended up staying and cooking for the people who worked at the farm. And there was about sometimes 10, 11 people, sometimes up to 30 people around, and they did chef trainings, yoga teacher trainings. They had patients to come for Panchakarma.
Really?
We'll talk more about that. So then I was cooking for the team there and learned a lot by just being immersed in it, and taught yoga as well then.
And also being on Hawaii must have been amazing.
It was a dream.
Like talking about living with the seasons and being in nature and just the abundance of that lifestyle.
Yeah, I miss it. It's such a special place. It will always have a special place in my heart. Yeah, and then from there I ended up moving back to Hamburg again. Then and then I lived.
Do you have a tie to Germany in any other way, or is it just you've just happened to be
like
a lot
it
there?
was the place where modeling worked out for me. I've traveled a lot before. I was in Australia, in Paris, London, Greece, all over. But Germany was just my market.
Your look.
The Germans love the Swedes. For some reason, everyone had a summer house here, or an aunt who has a summer house. So and I like Germans. It was a beautiful time. I really enjoyed living there, and they're very direct, very clear. You know, we have them. You have a friend, a German friend. You have them for life. It's like solid people.
Very structured.
Yes, I appreciate it. Yeah, I learned a lot about structure there.
And you learned German.
Yes, I speak fluent German. So
that's impressive.
I have a lot of German clients as well, coaching and things. Yeah, and then I lived in Germany for 5-6 years or so, and then moved back to Sweden 2 years ago.
Oh, it's that recent.
Yeah.
And were you still modeling at this point, or were you doing the Ayurveda health counseling thing like full time?
I built it up next to the modeling.
Yeah.
It was quite a nice, sometimes not so easy because you're very flexible with the modeling. You sometimes knew the night before that you would work the next day.
Yeah.
But I did my best to kind of block off days and still had fixed classes. So I've taught yoga regularly this whole time. And then the counseling and the retreats and things I've built up next to it and had a mix of it. Yeah, and now I model very little. It's also, I think the industry is changing. It's okay. I have different focus now as well. And when a job comes in, I really enjoy it. It's easy and fun and playful, and I like the creative process of working in a team
and a bit expressive as well.
Yes. It's I think what I'm like, it sounds like I do so many different things, right? But for me, it's all about connecting to the body, right? It's like modeling is also embodying different emotions. It's acting without words. And also like the, connecting with others. Like I've learned a lot about psychology and like the group dynamics. Because no matter where you go, the team is always similar. Whether that's Germany or Greece or Australia or South Africa, there's always there's always a group dynamic, and as a model, you're kind of on the outside observing it. So that's been fascinating, and I think that's gotten me really interested in people and psychology and coaching, and I want to understand. I'm curious, and
because you must meet a lot of people when you've been traveling around that much modeling, like a new day, new set, new team, that it's like always okay, and you get the first impression, and you're, as you say, you're on the side, but you're also the center of the production, and it's a special role really to be in.
It's interesting. As I said, it's like the being new at work every day. So it's you learn a lot about yourself and dynamics.
And also it sounds like, because Ayurveda is all about balance, right? And I love like that, even how the wording of Ayurveda is like the science of life. But it's kind of nice with your story then that you have, it's kind of like the yoga and the Ayurveda has been always grounding you back a bit and coming back into your body, even though there's flights and new people and a lot of stuff that's going up here, that you've had these tools to kind of come back to center and realign and rebalance and be like, okay, who am I? Because I guess as a model, you're a different person every day. You're like whatever people want you to be that day, or what character or whatever. And you've had these tools, which is really beautiful. And I guess you've also devoted yourself and been disciplined with applying them. And more almost 2 decades of practice on this path. So it's impressive.
I used to have a lot of skin problems as well. So that was also forgot to mention, that was one reason that I got curious about Ayurveda in the first place. And now I understand why. That's, you know, Ayurveda it's kind of, it shows you patterns really of what is happening outside of us, what is happening in your environment, in the nature around you, in your relationships, in your work, and how is that reflecting in on you.
Yeah.
And if you understand your innate nature, you will understand when something affects you in a way that it kind of overflows.
Yeah.
And that's what we call an imbalance in the body. So, for example, if you live a really stressful life, right? You travel, you move a lot, you talk a lot, you maybe eat salads because you want to stay skinny or you think it's healthy. And then, you know, the lightness increase in the body.
Yeah, it's like increases like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ayurveda is learning to understand that, oh, okay, if I've had that kind of day that has been stressful with a lot of movement, what I need is maybe not to go to another high intensity workout.
No.
Maybe it's a yin yoga class. Maybe it's sitting, maybe it's even lying on the couch and watching TV. Like maybe that will even be more
the
balancing
most healthy thing you can do
than like an intense, more movement or another trip or another decision or another staying up late or screens. Yeah. So,
and I think what I've heard as well is that if you're uncertain what to do in this day and age with the lifestyles that most of us live, pacify vata, because our lifestyles are so vata in general, and like we need to get out of the mental, we're out of the and like back into the body, ground, chill. Like we don't need to do more necessarily.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, so often people ask like, what should I do? I have this problem. You should do less.
Just not doing.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah. So doing less or balancing vata would mean to find stillness, but also routine, right? And a person with a lot of vata is going to find it very difficult to have a lot of routine, but it's going to be the best. And then also the food is a big component as well, to make sure that you have enough grains, that you have enough sweetness, both in life, right? Like activities that feel sweet, like sweet friendships, nourishing activities, but also food that has natural sweet taste. So rice, sweet potato, beetroot, carrot, like root vegetables, like more nourishing sweet will help.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because then we don't look for it in the sugar and exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know root vegetables are very good to like ground and come down in the body, and like a stew or something hot. Because I'm like I've had a lot of like vata dominance, and it's like I gravitate towards the light and the cold, but that's not what I need. And like my little sister, she's actually very into cooking like Indian food, which is kind of close to the Ayurvedic kitchen. I guess they have overlap in many aspects. And if I'm around her and she'll cook like a dal, and I would never even have thought about it myself, but then she does, and I eat it, and it's like my whole body is just like, ooh, Natalie, come on, this is what you need every night. So it's cool how instant that shift can be if you do the right thing to pacify whatever dominance you have.
Totally. Yes. And when we just start to go out of balance a little bit, then we're going to naturally crave the things that bring us back into balance. So the body is very intelligent. When we get out of the way, when we move the distractions away, when we stop, when we actually listen in, we know what we need most of the time. Yeah. But when we've gone really far, right, when we're further out of balance, then we're going to start to crave the things that actually makes it worse. So the like attracts like, right? So then we're gonna, it's like you're in this hamster wheel, and it's hard to stop. Like I need to meditate, but I'm going to another workout. Right? So that's
it's
where
almost
it can
like
be
we create
helpful.
Resistance.
Yes. That's why it can be helpful also to work with the coaching aspect of it. So that's what brought me into the coaching and the psychology, because I realized like I have all this knowledge and I can share it and I can guide my clients with health consults and give them advice. but are they going to do it? Are they actually going to make these changes? Often there's more psychological patterns that stop us from doing the things that we need to do, because we know.
Yeah.
So then to implement it, the coaching and the psychology is very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense then to what, if we go to the present moment that you're about to embark on, the new studies of psychology, it kind of makes, I understand that angle.
Yes.
And I think as well, like when it comes to change in self, like it has to come from the inside, but like you can use other people to coach you and find the right tools and the mindsets and the attitudes and the perspectives and the realizations, or maybe just deconditioning what you thought about yourself or your health or how you should live or whatever. It's like this unpeeling or peeling the onion a bit.
Yes, and it's not like we have a lack of knowledge, right? We can learn everything we want. It's all, there's so much free stuff online. Like, I mean, you have your beautiful resources on your YouTube channel, and I have some videos, and I offer Ayurvedic cooking courses as well, and you know, it's very accessible, but it's the implementation that's where, you know, it can be nice to work with someone. And also in yoga, it's nice to have a teacher that you have for many years that knows you and sees what you go through, and that can kind of help you shine a light. Like I have
like a guide.
Yes, I have a mentor that I worked with for, I mean, it must be 10 years now, 2006, almost 10 years. I've met with her every week for an hour in the beginning. Nowadays it's like 10-15 minutes, because she knows me so well that I just say, oh, this thing happened, and she just helps me redirect. She just knows exactly what to say so that implementation, to have someone that knows you over time and that holds you accountable. Exactly. And that you trust, right? It's so healing with like the connection between us humans, right? When we find someone that you work with over that long of a period, that you can really open up with. Like, she knows everything about me. She's like, no one knows as much of all the embarrassing things I've done. You know, it's so to
like a third party. I totally agree. Like I've had a therapist that I've had since I was like, I mean, now it's 6 or 7 years, and it's just nice to have a third party angle on your life in general. And I think that all people that are like a coach, even if it's within whatever domain it is, at the end of the day they become kind of a life coach, or like, it's not, because everything's connected. Like, we don't live our life in silos. So I guess that for you as well, that you're not only coaching people through their like Ayurvedic lifestyle or transformation, but it's like, okay, but how's your relationships and how's your career, and like, because it all feeds into each other. So
there's been so many times where I had people come to me and they're like, oh, can you make me a meal plan for this? And I'm like, yes, I could, but I think, you know, we need to start in the right end. Like, why are you not, you know what you need to do actually. And I mean, there's like fine tuning often, but generally, like the clients I work with are quite well educated. You know, so it's, and then we need to start in the right end and look at, okay, like, what is stopping you from actually doing the things you know you would feel good from? Like, why are you not meditating in the morning? Why are you, you know, why do you feel so stressed, or why are you burnt out, or why are you, because there's often, I mean, limiting beliefs that we have, you know, often there's like a relationship pattern. Like, I work a lot with codependency as well with my clients. And like, because often there's the relationships we have, the closest, can, you know, be the most nourishing things, but they can also be the things that stop us from doing what we need. And often, like, around food, I find like food is kind of this, we use food for so many things, right? And it
like
can be
numbing,
emotional eating. We use it to feel calm. It releases serotonin in the body. Chewing is calming, like the act, like so we use it for socially. It's a tricky thing, because it's so, I mean, it's something we do every day, and it's so integrated in our social activities. So often it's not like what what we eat, but more often like how do we eat? Like, when do you eat? Why do you eat? So working with that, and I find it very fascinating to kind of unpack that. It's a bit of like detective work and looking behind these patterns that we create. Yeah.
Because that's one thing that I've noticed, like the more maybe consciously I live, or the more like in tune I become with myself, is that if I could choose, I'd rather eat on my own, like in silence, where I could actually sit with the meal. There's nothing there. Like I notice such a big difference, even if I'm like, if my phone's not anywhere close by, and like very relaxing music or no music at all, to have like an intimate moment when I'm eating. And then it's like I can really feel the food, like the nourishment, and I can be like, okay, I want a lot of spinach today because I really feel like I want that iron. And it becomes almost this conversation like with the food, and also the intentionality then being like, okay, I want to really nourish myself today. Like, what do I need? Okay, sweet potato, we'll do some spinach. Like, then I can really put that mindset into what I'm creating. And I guess as a chef as well, it's a very creative process, and it's a lot of thought behind how it comes together and everything. And that, like in the same way, if you're meditating in the morning, or if you're morning pages, or writing intentions, or new moon rituals, whatever it might be, that to bring that into how you eat and how you prepare your meals. And like, because it can also be that you're preparing the food in like stress, and it's like, like doing 100 things at once, and being like, actually this is also like a little sacred moment that could be something very like a beautiful little practice, blessing your food or whatever. Like we did that on my first yoga teacher training. I was like, then at the time I was like, it's a bit ridiculous, but like we're like, okay, give us nourishment, like a little blessing and everything. But now I'm like, why not? Like, this is going to be infused in my body, into my cells. What we say, what we think, what we believe is what we create, kind of.
Yes. Yeah, and it's a beautiful opportunity to kind of weave into that little pause in the day. Because if we just keep going, right, and we just shuffle the food down in front of the screen, like or the computer or whatever, it's hard for the body to absorb it. We're not going to digest it as well. Often we have this idea of, just because I eat something, because I eat this supplement or this food or whatever, my body's going to take it up and I'm going to be nourished by it. That's not always the case.
No.
So like chewing the food well, as you say, like maybe say a little prayer, like actually like hold my hands over the food sometimes to just like check in with it. And like I like to eat with my hands too. Just like use all the senses, smell it, kind of be with it a little bit and be like, yeah, okay, I want to eat this. And like to make that choice well, like what am I going to eat? I'm not going to feel guilty about this, even if it's, sometimes we eat things like birthdays and things, and it's, whatever we eat, like to allow it in fully and really allow it to nourish you. It's important. And then that can be this little sacred pause in the day where we can just, it's very intimate eating. To just stop and say, okay, how am I actually feeling? What's going on? And then
chewing. I'm actually, because I know that you talk about like agni and like digestive fire, and that's a bit of a part of the Ayurvedic digestion in general. Like that's a central part of the system. And I guess that it's not only maybe digesting food, but we talk about it as well. People can be emotionally eating, because like the gut and everything, it's so interconnected. Even like I've been doing, I don't know what Ayurvedic approaches to that, but I did a bit of colonics before when I lived in Costa Rica, and I am quite fascinated by the like gut brain connection, and that there is a lot of emotions associated with digestive and rest and digest and all these things. So I'm curious if you have any like thoughts or stuff on the actual like digestive process according to Ayurveda.
Yes. So in Ayurveda we talk about digestion as agni, as you mentioned, and agni means fire. So if you look at the element of fire in nature, what it does is it transforms things, right? It transforms wood into ashes and coal. So our fire works the same way. And you can think of like the acidity, like the low pH in the stomach as this acidic fire that breaks down whatever we take in. So not only what we eat, right, but everything that we take in through the senses. Like I need to digest this conversation afterwards. Like there's everything we see, hear, feel, taste, touch.
Yeah.
It's our
Goes
body
through
needs to process it. Yeah, we need breaks. We need breaks between each meal, but we also need breaks between each day, right, to just digest, emotions and So if we have a fire, we want to nourish it at regular times, right? As soon as it's about to go down, we want to put a bit more wood on it so it keeps strong. We don't want to put too much on it, or we don't want to put like wet wood or sand on it. It's going to kind of smolder it.
Yeah.
We also don't want to leave it too long because then the fire will go out. So I don't know if you've ever fasted.
Yeah.
What happens after 3-4 days of fasting? Have you done it
not
that long?
That long, no.
Great. It's not good for about the person anyway. No, but I've never managed to fast either. My digestion is way too strong. But what happens is hunger disappears. The body kind of shuts down. Yeah. Because the body just says, all right, we're not getting any food here. Yeah. So we're going to focus on other things. We're going to focus on survival. And like you lose less energy, like the body's kind of holding on to the energy that you have or the nourishment you have, and you stop being hungry actually. So this is a sign of the fire kind of going out. So if you do a longer fast, like 3, 5, 10 days, what happens afterwards is that you have to be very careful when you introduce food again. So like very small meals to wake up the body again, wake up the digestive fire. Yeah, and this is, I wouldn't recommend this to most people, actually. No. There's very few people who would benefit from a fast this way. Yeah. But so we want to keep the fire going, right? We want to feed it at regular times, but also give it some breaks so that it can digest what is in there. And it's the same with our digestion. Yeah. So we want to eat at like it depends a little bit, 3 to 5 hours between each meal. And ideally not snack in between those meals.
To actually give it a break.
Exactly. Yeah. So like a car motor is another good example. Like you wouldn't leave a car on the whole time, right? No. So why are you leaving your agni, your digestive fire on the whole time? So we drive the car and then we let it rest. We eat the food and then we let our body rest and digest. Yeah. And so when we do that, we keep the fire strong. It keeps our energy regular. It will reduce gas, bloating, IBS. Many of these things can be reduced by just this, by just giving some space between each meal and having, a good amount of food at each meal, not too much, not too little, and then not eating too late. And also, when we get into a nice rhythm with this, the body will naturally, you will feel hungry at the times when you eat. The body wants regularity. It wants routine. It wants to know when it's going to be fed. So the more we can give it that, the easier it will come into that rhythm. Yeah.
And I guess in that way, we can also go into that later, but with like the body is so intelligent. And if there's something like from yoga and my exploration of like health and stuff, the body always is talking and always signaling and always knows what it needs. And we just need to like brush off the mind trying to analyze, or sometimes even on a daily basis, it can shift from what it needs for lunch or I have a lot of energy now. No, actually now for tonight I don't. And especially women, like very more of a like intuitive approach of like
we're cyclical as well, right? We have
and it's like to actually then always be connecting into your body, to actually listen and hear the cues and I'm a bit tired now, like please rest for me. Like creating this like inner dialogue, almost like we're a team here, like we're not separate, like we're one system that needs to work in order to like live a meaningful life.
Yes.
And that's why it's become it's such a foundation when it comes to like health and bringing balance into the body and like honoring the body and being kind to the body. Like I think a lot of people do so much harm to their own body when but it's like when really this is everything that we have to experience life with. It's like the cornerstone and the foundation that we set for everything else, really.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, and I thought you asked about digestion and gut, and in the Panchakarma,
yes,
you also work a lot with the gut, with healing that and cleansing it in different ways. So I can share a little bit about that.
Yes, please. I think we need to just go back to what it is on the non-nerds out there might be like, what the hell is Panchakarma?
Yes. So I think a lot of people have heard of like Ayurvedic detoxes. So like it's becoming more
like
common,
going to Kerala or something.
I think so. Panchakarma means 5 karma, so like 5 therapies, 5 actions, you can say. So it's a practice of basically resetting your gut, resetting your body. It's especially helpful in conditions like inflammation, skin problems, digestive problems, different kinds of like pain, like joint pain, things like that. It's super helpful. I've had clients with back pain or like herniated discs, things like that. It's like super. I had wrist problems as well. It just resets your body and gives your body a chance to rejuvenate and regain energy and balance again.
And heal on deeper layers.
Yes. So there's 5 different therapies, but most people don't do all of them. Most people do 1 or 2 or so. So the most common ones I would say are Vipassana, which is a laxative treatment. So that can be done in a few different ways, but often you have ghee, which is clarified butter. So it's butter that you cook for a while until the water is evaporated, the fat or the milk solids sink to the bottom, and then you have just the pure fat left. So it's a way to lubricate the body, kind of prepare your body to be able to release. And then on the day of the laxative treatment, you drink something that helps you go to the toilet. So it can sound kind of intense, like all of these practices, but they're done in a very controlled setting with doctors that have so many years of experience. At least where I go, I take clients to one specific place in February. And I trust them.
Very gentle.
It's very gentle, and they're very attuned to you, right? They come check in on you every day. They know exactly where you are in the process. If your body isn't responding as quickly as they anticipated, they will postpone the treatment a day. They really attune it to you. So it's not I know some places you come, one size fits all, everyone starts to drink the ghee, everyone do the treatment on the same day, and then you do this, and it's kind of this.
It's a bit robotic.
Real old factory thing. A bit robotic. In the place where I go, it's not like that at all. They really like attune the treatment to you. So everyone's treatment look a little bit different.
Like
that's how it should be. So the laxative treatment is one, and then there's a lot of different enemas that are performed. And again, with the gut and the colon, like this is the fastest and the most nourishing way we can receive herbs actually in the body. So much faster than like oiling or taking medication orally. So it's not done with coffee, it's not done with water, but done with different herbs that are concoctions with different herbs that are very nourishing, or different oils. So it's a little bit about kind of cleansing the colon, but more about nourishing it, like giving back to the body. And
I love that approach.
For Vata, it's the most powerful treatment. You feel so calm afterwards. It just centers you in a way that I don't think I've experienced with yoga or any other meditation, any other practice like that. It really grounds you. Super powerful.
Intrigued. Like, maybe I should.
I think it's recommended to do it every 2 years, maybe. If you don't have any health issues, it's nice to do it regularly to kind of clear out and reset. If you have health problems, they will recommend you like maybe come once a year. Some in India, it's very common that you go like once or twice a year, and that is part of your regular routine.
Like it makes a lot of sense. Like we build up a lot of waste and toxicity and acidity in our bodies. So like once a year, do some kind of intervention to just give it, as you said, nourishment at the end of the day.
Yes. It's just also it's for the physical body, but also for the mind a lot. Because when we're in a place like this, there's like food is cooked for you, they do laundry for you, they clean for you. You actually don't have really to leave your room at all. And it's ideal if you're more in solitude. Like I go with groups because for most people it's way too intense to just be alone in your room for 3 weeks. I like those kind of weird things, but more intense things. I've done like silent retreats and darkness retreats.
I saw that you've done Vipassana. I'm curious to hear about that as well.
I've done darkness retreats as well. So, but for most people, it's too much, right? Especially if you're new to this. So what I do is the group come, we do yoga in the morning, do meditation. I'm there for extra support. The doctors come and check in with everyone daily. But I also go and check in with them and do coaching calls with them or conversations. To just have
support.
Yes, because things do come up when we stop and stay still like that. And then they go through the treatments, and then in the evenings we meet again and do sharing circles and sing together. So I work a lot with the voice as well, like singing and I'm actually releasing my own album this fall.
Really? Oh my god, that's so exciting.
Yes, that's another. So that's where I was like, the art and the yoga and
the modeling, like, it all comes together.
Yes, that's another big practice that have helped me a lot to release and move energy.
Chakra, Oh, that's so interesting. Because just on the cleansing note, I've experienced that when I've done some herbal protocols with a lady in Costa Rica, like very knowledgeable colonic woman, and in terms of like, yes, it's a physical reset, but it's insane the amount. With her, she was like 70, very experienced, PhD in these kind of things, and the amount of, I don't want to say trauma, but just like stuff that I was carrying that I wasn't aware of, that I could heal by letting go in that way and doing that cleanse. Like some people maybe think it sounds extreme with like cleansing and maybe we talked about eating disorders and stuff, but for me that's showing respect for my body and loving my body to actually go a bit deeper. And I guess both of us are a bit of seekers in that way, like how good can I feel, what am I carrying, like that you go into yourself. But I haven't done the Panchakarma, but I can imagine that the emotional and the physical and the mental again all comes together, right? So that you leave and you're a bit reborn on many angles of your life.
Yes, and it's quite mystical. Like there's a lot of, I think back to when I did my first Panchakarma as well. It was in a small home clinic with a doctor. So his wife cooked for us, and the doctor did the treatments or consultations and the actual like laxative treatments.
That's so wholesome.
Yes, and then they had therapists come in to massages. So that's also a big part of Ayurvedic.
You're also a masseuse, right?
I don't offer any massages at the moment, actually, but I am trained in it. It helps in the yoga to be able to give assists and like to be able to know how to touch your body and But it really started a big process for me being there. There's something, I think it's easier sometimes to start with the body. And there's also actually in the Ayurvedic texts, it says like start with the body and the mind will follow. So I think doing that kind of cleanse, making room for that in your life opens up a lot of potential and opportunity to change things in your mind and in your emotional space as well. And I've had a lot of clients who, when they look back and say, oh, it started at the Panchakarma, because and they've made big shifts in their life. And it's beautiful. Really, I feel really honored to support them through the process.
And I guess even tying back to yoga, in the Yoga Sutras, and like if you talk about purity as one of the like niyamas, that it is about cleansing body, mind, and soul. And like we can cleanse our thoughts and toxicity through physical yoga as well, but also like we can do cleansing techniques in order to purify the mind, which is because the mind and body are not like they're connected, so it makes sense what you do on one side is going to affect the other.
For sure. yeah, so often we forget that.
Yeah.
We think like, oh, the body is this like thing,
entity,
like
yeah.
but no, everything works together. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's getting a bit more common to talk about psychosomatic physical treatment and ailments. It's like, yeah, you have back pain.
The body keeps the score.
Exactly. Oh, I'm reading that book right
now.
Oh,
really?
Have you read it?
I haven't read it, but I kind of understand the concept.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also find that with like yin yoga and the connective tissue and fascia and stuff, because I love yin yoga and I teach a lot of yin yoga. Because you get into the deeper layers and that like, oh, even in the somatic experience of a pose, you can suddenly get a memory from something, and or there's fear in your body, or there's some kind of memory that's associated with a trauma or something that can resurface when you're in a pigeon, like 10 minutes in, you know. It's fascinating. Like the body has all the, actually a guest on the channel, SD Chiswick, shout out, she said like the body is the most genius technology. Like it stores everything. It's like a library, really. So yeah, that's why it's interesting with the yoga and the Ayurveda, and like how can we bring out the potential, I guess, that we have in the body, and like unlock the vitality and energy and like clarity, and like, so I guess you as well find that you get a lot of clarity the cleaner you eat and the more like wholesome you live. That it's just priceless to have that kind of peace and clarity.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's it's a beautiful. Ayurveda and yoga are very connected.
They complement each other very well.
They're written about in the same scriptures, actually. So the Vedas, where it's described, and so traditionally, Ayurveda works more with the body, and yoga more with the mind and like the spiritual aspect of it. So we've kind of taken the physical things from yoga and then we call it yoga, like but it's one part of it. It's one big part of it, but it's not all of it.
80% of just philosophy. But I'm curious then, because you mentioned the Vipassana and the silent retreats and the dark retreat. I was actually close to booking a dark retreat in Mexico like a year ago, but I never did it because I ended up staying in Sweden. But Vipassana, I haven't done it myself. It's on my to-do at some point to do it, but I'm curious to hear like how come you did it, what were your takeaways, what was your experience, because that's a fascinating experiment or experience in itself. And for those who don't know, it's like a 10-day maybe 10-day long meditation basically.
I was 22. I had never meditated. I didn't like. It was right in the. It was before I'd done any yoga. I was, and I just decided to go.
Wow.
It was great, actually. I think everyone should do it once. I think it's I think the organization is beautiful how they do it. So you don't pay for your spot. You only pay at the end, and like you pay donation. You donate so someone else can come. So someone else has already paid for you when you arrive, and you pay for another person.
I didn't know that. That's
I think it's
so
beautiful. And you pay what you want, right? So there's no, you just donate what you can. Some people pay less, some people pay a lot more. I mean, so it's like really beautiful. Yeah. And for me, I think it was, I mean, I don't know what 22-year-old have their life together, but I felt really lost at the time. I really didn't know if I should study, if I should continue modeling. I hadn't moved to Germany yet. Or I just moved to Germany, but things were I was just nodding. A lot of uncertainty. And so I decided to go, and it was great. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about how repetitive my thoughts were. I mean, how repetitive they are. Like 95% of what we think we've thought the day before. It's something I can remember exact number.
Depressing.
So and to actually be confronted with that, and not just know that, but actually like, I am thinking the same things over and over again. Really. And it was also a bit of it felt a bit like a time travel. Because I was able to stop and again process impressions that I hadn't had time for. So it gave me the opportunity to kind of go back to old experiences, and suddenly there was memories popping up and dreams and things that I hadn't really had a chance to think about or feel.
Integrate.
Yes, like bigger experiences, like people around me that had passed away, things like that, that I just,
that were like left at the back of your mind.
Exactly. So it was great. And I learned to meditate. That's what you do. It's a meditation course. So you builds every day. You learn a new technique and you kind of build. And you sit 10 hours a day. So you sit 100 hours basically for those 10 days. So you learn to meditate, you learn to sit still, you learn to feel your body, you learn to know where do you push yourself to a place where you actually hurt yourself, and where is it more mental pain. So
we suffer in different dimensions.
Yes, and sitting still that long hurts.
I remember when I did my yoga teacher training in India, that my hips and knees the first days were like... But then it's beautiful so how the body opens and softens quite quickly in one way. It's fascinating. But I'm curious because I guess it's like a way of looking yourself in the mirror, like very deeply, like really meeting yourself very deeply. And I guess given the amount of years you've been on like in a journey or I guess it's like there's many names, personal growth, whatever you want to, curiosity seeking, whatever. And what would you say have been like the most defining teachings or moments or insights, or like where are you at today? Like what's your how do you make sense of the world and your place in it at this point?
Big question.
Like dumping that on you.
I think what it really comes down to is making space between a reaction to something and taking action. To really make room for self-reflection, which is also a yogic practice.
Yes,
to
study of self.
Yes, to like look within, and most of the time it's not the other person.
No, exactly.
Most of the time, I am the one, and to like swallow the pride and to apologize and to be vulnerable and be brave and to I think my relationships are my biggest teachers at the moment. Like I'm in a new love relationship as well, and there's beautiful lessons. Yes. He's a wonderful person and so similar to me in many ways. So it's very confronting at times. And there's like old parts, kind of like the inner child, kind of maybe not feeling seen or being triggered or afraid, and to just like to make room for that, and to see, okay, what do I actually need here? What is the need behind what's happening here? And it's like this balance between apologizing and being
taking
vulnerable, accountability, but also standing up for myself and knowing, like, okay, when
expressing what you need.
Yes, exactly. And living with an open heart, right? Like expressing from a place where that is not whiny or needy or just like childish, like but actually, like as an adult grown woman, like sharing from that whole place, like I know my worth, I'm okay, you are okay, and I'm sharing sharing my truth, like and in a container, in a relationship that is safe, right, where that's welcomed and it's
received.
Yes. So I think that, and then of course I have a lot of practices that help me, right? Every morning I think of 20 things I'm grateful for.
Beautiful.
Simple, maybe a bit cliche, but it shifts the whole day. Like it's so powerful. I meditate every day. Ideally on a great day, 40 minutes, but that doesn't happen every day. Yeah. So sometimes that meditation is just taking a few breaths on the train, or putting on the timer for 10 minutes and close my eyes on the train. Like, you know, I'm really working on being kind to myself and not put the bar too high.
Yeah.
Because I have had periods when I've gone up at 4 a.m. and I've done a morning practice of offering ghee and rice into a fire on my balcony, and then meditated and pranayama and yoga and then gone for a run. And I've had
the extremes have been there.
And I think now I realize, yes, that, you know, yoga is amazing and these practices are incredible, but it doesn't make me a better person if I perform in these areas, right? They should serve me. They shouldn't be something that define me, or that.
Or if I don't do it one day, then I'm terrible and oh my God, I'm not connected to it. Like, be a bit kind, just a bit gentle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also in terms of like we talked about the what you need every day is a bit different. Like some days, I love doing a weekly breathwork session, and that's something that it's kind of a non-negotiable. But sometimes if there's been a lot, that can almost be a bit aggregating for me, and like I could go there and do it a bit more gentle, but and sometimes I'm like, maybe the best thing I could do is actually just go for a long walk today. And like the practice, it's to have the practice is more important than what the practice is, I feel.
Yes. What I try to do is I work out as well. Like I'm not only doing yoga, but to do like every second day more of a workout or yoga, or more physical practice, or it could be a walk as well.
Yeah.
And then every second day making room for meditation and abhyanga, which is an Ayurvedic oil massage. Yeah. It's like putting out a towel, you know, lighting a candle, warming oil, and then just oiling up the whole body, sitting without meditating for a bit. And like that is like for Vata, that is like
I've had one heaven. Of those. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, so making room for both, right? Because I find that it's a lot to do a whole routine in the morning and oil massage, and like it's just not possible.
No.
So they're like, again, doing less and like finding like what things do actually make a difference for me, what really serves me, and hold on to that, like be disciplined with that, or more. I don't really like the word discipline so much. It feels so
but it's more like an honoring.
Forced.
Like I find to think about it more as a like self-respect thing.
Yes.
But yeah, it is. It's
like choosing it. Yeah, choosing it, like being devoted to it.
Devoted. Like, I like that, to be devoted to yourself.
Yeah. So choosing the practices that you are devoted to, that you notice this makes a difference for me. Hold on to those and like lower the bar with the others. And when there's time, maybe on the weekend, like like enjoy your 2-hour Ayurvedic yoga routine. But I think it can be so hard on ourselves. I have been so hard on myself.
Yeah. And I think when you're kind of a driven and ambitious person, it's easy to make it like a to-do list, whilst it should be something that's more pleasurable. Like now I'm more like, I'm trying to approach it as like my meditation is my sacred moment with myself, and it's more like I can almost think about like the little Natalie or the inner child, like who am I doing this for? And it's more of that kind of like, I do this to take care of you, and not like, okay, now I need to do this because I need to like have epiphanies or whatever. Like it doesn't have to be so grand. Like just sit down, listen to some very chill healing frequencies or something, and consciously breathe, and then maybe you'll drop into a deep meditation. If you don't worry. Just show up.
Yes. Yeah, because that just becomes a chasing other, or like another thing on the to-do list.
Yes. Yeah. Or a striving or becoming. Like sometimes what I find is like, I just need to soften into what I already am. I don't need to like just come back to the body, soften into that.
The remembrance.
Yes, like more the homecoming and the experience that you're in.
Yes, absolutely.
But we touched upon that a bit, and I guess I'm curious as well then when it comes to Ayurvedic principles and everything, like do you have any non-negotiables that you practice today in terms of lifestyle, or eat what you eat, or morning rituals or whatever that like keep you in a good state of mind and body and health and everything?
Yeah. What comes to mind is what I drink. Actually, I don't drink any cold water. I mean, I drink tap water. But no, like I don't use any ice really, or like drink things straight out of the fridge. But try to have warm or room temperature water as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I don't drink any coffee either. I noticed that makes a big difference also for my hormonal levels. I used to have a lot of PMS. And the coffee made a huge difference to stop that.
That's interesting with the female hormones.
Yes,
like a science.
It's a whole other subject, but
let's not open it. Yeah.
I am writing a book on Ayurveda.
Oh yeah, we have to mention that.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a bit about the cycle from an Ayurvedic perspective.
Interesting. I'd be interested in learning more about that, because there is a bit of like people talking about the cycle from a holistic health perspective, and I'm like, yeah, I draw back on the coffee and that. But it's interesting to hear what Ayurveda says about like, the female body.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of if you look at like how the hormones move throughout the month. Yeah. And there's a lot of correlation actually to the doshas, like to the different elements in the body, like and fire, how it's like this, you can think of like when we're ovulating, the hormones are at their peak, and then we also have more heat in the body. Our body temperature actually goes up, so our pitta, our fire in our body, our digestion is stronger. We have more drive, maybe feel warmer. Actually, we're more of in a outgoing space, like more glowy, more hotter. Yeah.
Radiant.
So radiant.
Sexy. I mean, that's the nature's game.
Exactly.
To make things happen.
So to understand that and look at, okay, how can I eat them? How can I take care of myself in this, like, so that I don't overheat myself? Like, how can I balance it out a little bit, but also make use of it, right? Like ride that wave and make the most out of it. So
interesting.
Yeah, it's
so okay, so you have wait, first the practices, but then we also have to talk about the book and the album. So there's a lot of stuff happening for you. But in terms of the Ayurvedic principles, no cold water. I find that it's really also when you live in the colder climates and in these, like, it's, if you feel into your body that you don't want to get cold, like even when you think about like yoga and stuff, practicing yoga in the cold, it doesn't feel totally good in the body. That's why hot yoga makes a bit of sense actually in this northern hemisphere, to actually heat up the joints and warm up the body from the inside. It's also an element of safety there.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. And it's grounding, right? It's like calming the vata, like the airiness in us. Yeah. Those, I think, coffee and.
Do you do oil pulling?
I scrape my tongue every day. Like first thing I do, I wake up, I brush my teeth first, and then scrape my tongue.
Brush your teeth first?
I brush first because I like to scrape off the toothpaste as well. Like I feel, I don't know. I think you can do both. It's not wrong or right, but it's just how I have gotten used to doing it. So that's what I usually do. Yeah. Scrape my tongue, brush my teeth, scrape my tongue, and then drink a big cup of warm water. So I find in the morning I often feel quite dehydrated after the night, and it's nice to know that, okay, like a big cup, like something like this, you know, where I know, okay, at least I've gotten, I don't know, 300 milliliters of like hydration. I've had some water today, and just helps me wake up the digestion. And then I don't exercise really, or leave the house really on an empty stomach. I would have at least a little something. That's also a thing for like female bodies. Usually work better if we have a little bit. Hormones. It could be, it could be a few dates or half a banana or some, like a little bit of something just to give my body some nourishment. So those are like morning things. What other practices? I don't. So the oil pulling. I like it. I do it sometimes, but it's it's one of those things that I haven't really gone into my routine.
Life changing.
Yeah. I've had phases when I've done it regularly. Right now, I forget about it. It just doesn't fit into my routine. But it's a nice one. You can do it while you get ready in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? You can just swish just a teaspoon of either raw sesame oil, not the toasted one, and or a little bit of coconut oil works as well. Sesame oil I would prefer. But, it's a nice one. Yeah.
Are you vegan? Like, what's your...
No. My dad's a hunter, so I grew up eating a lot of meat. And
that's well sourced.
I had like 10 years or so where I was vegetarian and I didn't eat any meat. I watched too many documentaries about the meat, and one day I just couldn't chew. I just, and I eat barely any industry meat. Very rarely.
Only well sourced.
Yeah, so mostly wild meat or like very good quality. Not often, like once a week maybe. Like I feel like my body needs it actually. I feel quite good. I digest it really well. I feel good and nourished from it. And if I don't have it for a long time, I easier get sick. I'm more tired. Like I notice I have a little bit of a tendency to get anemic then.
I have a bit of that too. Yeah. So it'd be nice just now and then to like put in some reserves. Exactly. Very nutritional, I guess.
Yeah. So, and that is something I think everyone has to decide for themselves. Like I understand people who want to be vegan as well. It is hard to get enough oils. Like I have a lot of clients who come to me vegan that they end up choosing, of course, having a little bit of ghee in their diet just to give a bit more nourishment. Because only vegetables can be quite hard to.
Yeah. But also everything that in this domain feels very individual, and also like where you're in your life and like what kind of person you are and how like it's not one size fits all at all.
No. Like ideally in Ayurveda you say you should only eat twice a day actually, like around 11 and around 5. Yeah. But for most people that's way too little. I couldn't do that. I need more. Yeah. So no, it's more about getting to know your body. So with food and like other I don't have a lot of restrictions actually. I listen to my body. If I feel like eating something, I do. Yeah. And I don't eat a lot of sugar or like refined things. I don't have it at home. I've had phases where I've cut it out completely, and I felt quite good with that actually. But a little bit of fruit, and I eat dates, and sometimes I eat chocolate and candy as well. Yeah. I think for me it works better to not have restrictions. Yeah.
Just be flexible and open.
Yeah. And if I notice that like, oh, now I'm getting into a bit of a pattern here, like I'm having this food every, then I just stop it. I don't think I have a very addictive personality in that way, or that I like I am.
Yeah, it's balanced.
It's more important for me to feel good and to care for my body than to go after what the senses want. Like what feels good or what is. Yeah. I can see quite quickly when it's like, like there's an emotional attachment here. It's a different feeling. It's like, I want this thing, and then I get a bit like, I don't want to follow that. I don't, it doesn't. I know it doesn't serve me long term, so I'm quite quick to call it out. Yeah, like, we're not doing that. Like reparenting yourself a bit.
Yeah. Okay, well, over towards the voice and the singing then. Can't you share a bit about that journey?
Yeah, so I went to music school in high school. So in Sweden, we have our high school, the last 3 years of school, I went to a musical program. So I've always been singing, and it's always been part of my personal practice. Yeah. And then the last few years, it started to appear more in the retreats that I was cooking at. So I would cook, but then I would, come sit around the fire at the end of the day, and people had drums, and then, I was invited to different kind of ceremonies and like that kind of more of a shamanic work. And then I got my own drum, and then at the India retreat, actually, there we did singing with a group. So then I started sharing more of the mantras that that I connected with. Kirtan style, yeah. And then also when I was there, because there was so little stimulation, people get very creative. They write poems and then they have every Wednesday they do an open mic. It's the most adorable thing. Is you have the doctors come sing karaoke, sing Indian love songs, and then you have the patients share poems or comedy or songs, and it's just beautiful, really sweet. And then I had all these songs come through me, and prayers, kind of. I was just driving my car, and these words just kept coming, and I was like, okay, this is a song. Yeah. So it just felt like I was given this responsibility to kind of put it out in the world. The channel. It was not something I looked for, or it doesn't come from a I want to be an artist. Not it feels more like, oh my God, I have to carry this responsibility of sharing this. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So last November I recorded an album with 5 songs. Wow. And we'll release in November. So
wow, that's soon.
Yes, it's done. Now it's just the last bits. Most likely we'll have a release party 6th or 7th of November. So
less than 2 months.
Now I've said it out loud.
It's official. Wow, that's so exciting.
Yes, it's fun. It's been singing is I think it's the quickest way for me to move energy. Right? Meditation and yoga is also powerful ways, but singing is so embodied. It's really speaking things out, singing them out. It's it comes from the soul. Yeah. It's been a big practice to just, if I feel stressed or if I feel overwhelmed, just sitting down at the piano, playing, singing, and just moving things. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. And it's cool how some things in our life, it's not that we seek or desire or even maybe saw it for ourselves, even though I guess when you were younger you were more connected to your musicality. But it's cool when it's kind of, it's it's not about me. It just has to go through me.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's cool. That experience is a cool part of being human, I find. That it's I'm not doing this for any ego reason. I don't know what will happen. I don't care. But it has to come through.
Yeah.
It's you're the messenger.
Yes. And then, there's also songs about my personal journey and things words I really needed back then. And so there's, it's still quite vulnerable and raw to share. But that also, I guess that's part art, process, right? Yeah. That's, when we share things that mean something to us, we want it to land well, and we want it to be,
it's so vulnerable. Especially when it comes from the deepest corners of your heart. You're it's almost painful to put it out there. It's
it's I can feel how I felt when I wrote them.
Yeah.
It's ooh.
And it's this cracking open.
Yes.
I can't, but I have to. And one day you go out and you're and the next, it's almost pain associated with that creative process.
Yes.
Suffering.
Yes.
But in another way. Cool. Yes. And now into the future. I'm just going to check. Oh, wow. 1 hour and 15 minutes just flying by.
It does.
I'm curious now, because you're going to study actually starting today.
I have started.
You've already started.
Started beginning of the month.
Yeah.
So I had my first exam this week.
Oh my God, it's so fast. Straight into the exam.
Yes, it's quite a high pace.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I feel quite, it's stretching my capacity. But it's good. I really enjoy it too.
Intellectually stimulating.
Yes. Great class, great lectures, and I'm really glad I dared to do it. I've been thinking about it for 15 years, and I've always felt, it's such a long program. I want to have kids soon, or I want to do this. I've had all these reasons why not, and now I just thought, no, the time is never going to be right.
No,
I'm just going to do it. I'm going to try it. And worst case, I try it and I don't like it, and I don't, and then I do something else. But it was time. So, but it feels really good so far. So
that's
really
so beautiful. And for those who didn't catch it, studying psychology.
Yes.
Is there any? Do you have apart from being able to add that to your current offering and the universe that you have around your coaching and helping people? Is there like any specific angle that you're curious to go, like any specific clientele or part of it? Because psychology, it's huge. Yeah, it's a big world.
I think I want to stay very open to see what sparks my interest. That's the advice I've gotten to, like, you know, just follow what interests you and get really good at that.
Yeah.
Right now, I felt trauma healing is super fascinating. And I think I could be quite good at it. I've also learned through the coaching to also like sit with people through quite difficult processes and to not take work home and to, I mean, having empathy and being there with them fully. I can hold a lot, I think, but then also
not crumbling yourself.
Exactly. And I think it's important.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see. I'm open. I will trust and go and see where it leads me, and trust that I've gotten in. I've started it for a reason.
That's an accomplishment in itself.
Yes. So that is one thing, and then also the Ayurvedic book that I'm writing with my friend Johanna.
Wow, you have so many, like, talking about the artistry, like you truly are doing a lot of different things.
Yes.
Very naturally. So.
Yes. I also realized like you can't really have focus on too many things at once. So there has right now, like, school has focus, and then, you know, book will be we're quite close to the end, actually. So I worked a lot on it this summer, but after the exam now I'm gonna get focused with it, and
so beautiful.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Yeah,
a lot going for you.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else? Like, I guess that it's a big chapter now with the studies, but do you have any other like dreams that you want to realize, or that something else like future looking that you like, I would love to do that in future, I would love to move back to Hawaii or whatever? Like, what's your vision for how you want to spend your earthly experience?
My big dream is to own my own retreat center. Or to run. It could be co-owned or but I want to live on the countryside. I want to have animals and to like really create an oasis where you can come, where there's elements of yoga, music, you know, coaching, psychology, trainings, cooking.
Maybe Panchakarma. Maybe that's difficult to bring.
I wouldn't recommend doing it in Europe. I would recommend going to India for many reasons. To have access to all the herbs and the different oils, and for the heat as well. It's a bit too cold here. It needs to be at least 15 degrees where you do it. So summer would work, but it's better for the body to get really warm, so you can open up the channels and easier release. So again, with the heat, another reason to so that is a big dream.
I love that. I can see. I don't know why, but it just comes to me. Like, do you feel like a person that's like into horses as well?
Yeah, I don't ride much anymore, but I love horses.
Yeah, I would love to have horses. Why I thought about that, but I was like, I could totally see this girl like with loads of horses, a stable. Like, I could see you on like a big meadow, like on these beautiful horses.
My drum is actually made from horse skin.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so you are a bit connected to the horses. All right.
Funny that you picked that up.
That's funny. Well, I'm thinking that we should start to round off also in terms of that you need to go to class at some point. I feel like this like evil stepsister preventing you from studying. Like, come to view my YouTube channel. I have more important things to do. But I would love to hear, like, if you have if someone's listening to this and maybe they want to do a bit of a health intervention, or they want to start taking better care of themselves, or maybe tuning more into their bodies or living with more balance. Like, are there any just easy, quick, I don't want to say quick fixes, but small like stuff that you can implement to get started. Or to, I know you have resources. You have a really nice YouTube channel as well. We'll link it below, with like some reviews and yoga classes and Panchakarma stuff and all sorts of things. I guess maybe soon there'll be like music. Let's see. But yeah, any like encouraging words of how to get started on your like journey of taking care of your health and well-being, balancing body, mind, and soul?
I think it's fascinating to look at what did you enjoy doing as a child. So going back to that and see like what sparked your creativity then. What did you really love to do, and make room for that in your life. For me, it was being out in nature, like playing, swimming, singing, you know, being with animals, and like the connection to nature. So I get that through Ayurveda, the cooking. And also just like be reminded to make room to digest not just your food, but also what you experience life. So like dare to be in silence, like sleep with your phone in a different room, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have that moment to yourself and can just be in silence, be with yourself and check in, and not go straight into the phone. I think that is like one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. That can be your meditation if you don't have time for full practice. Just like a few moments in bed, like feeling your body, like listening to your breath, just like checking in with yourself. Yeah, like when we go to bed and when we wake up, I think it's like really crucial moments when we are it's a lot of things can come up then. Actually, we can become quite aware of what's really going on for us.
It's a very receptive state, very open state.
Yeah, and then warm water.
I feel that as well for like female bodies and hormones and keeping our body temperature, especially in colder days. That feels like a very good one. Apply straight away.
Yes.
No more cold water, no more ice cubes, no more cold coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I love that inner child one as well. It's so powerful to connect with your inner child. Like, find the inner child is so wise, but also innocent in a very like pure way that has a lot of answers for us.
For sure. Yeah, I work with that at the retreats as well, and with clients also, like with tools to connect with your inner child and to heal that.
Oh, Lisa, it was so beautiful to talk to you. The time is just flying by, but I'm thinking like when you have your book is out and also with your music coming, and maybe when you come a bit further into your psychology studies, we could do another one and talk a bit deeper, because there's, I think, even just the Ayurvedic angle, there is so much. I know that you know we've so much. We've barely scratched the surface. I'm like, there's so much we could go into there. And I think that Ayurveda, like, there's a lot of different holistic health, and there's a lot of clutter out there in the world now. But what I love about Ayurveda, and we talk about yoga, and it goes all the way back to the Vedas. Like it's actually knowledge that's been around for so long that it's can't really question it almost. It's so wise and it's so integrated and sustainable as well. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle, and it's a deep science really. So yeah, let's do that again in the future.
I would love that. I would love that. Thank you so much. I'm so curious about you too. I only talked about me.
But it's all about you.
I'll ask you lots of questions when we turn off the camera.
Well, thank you so much for joining today. I hope the sound was a bit better. I'm switching up the game, guys, with the production, so stay tuned.
Yes.
But yeah, in the meantime, wishing you all the best and best of luck with your new chapter. And yeah, maybe we'll run into each other. I'll come to your sauna sessions or yoga or whatever. So I'll see you soon.
Would love that.
Thank you. Thank you.